Finally.
I did it!
What's going on, YouTube? It's Shadow, back with another video this week, and yes, it is Season 3, finally. We're here with a new season and some new content to bring to Call of Duty after, you know, the late season drought that's always at every season where at the end of the season there's really nothing going on. Plus there's that whole debacle with Warzone Mobile. But here we are with Season 3. And we must start things off with Rebirth Island here. They finally brought it back after everyone cried about for its return. I can't believe they added Fortune's Keep before they added Rebirth Island, but here we are, it's Rebirth Island. And just like Fortune's Keep, they couldn't just copy and paste the map. They had to give it some aesthetics changes there. And they did that. They added some buildings. They made some changes to the maps that look a little different. But mostly it is the same Rebirth Island that we all loved back in Modern Warfare 2019. It is worth noting that I'm very grateful that they added Rebirth Island this year as opposed to last year during Modern Warfare 2. If everyone remembers, during Modern Warfare 2 last year, your movement was restricted and you couldn't jump shot, you couldn't slide cancel. So having Rebirth Island back in its full glory with it making it feel more like Modern Warfare 2019 is really nice. Now, in Modern Warfare 3, you can swim, so there is swimming, but it's not a lot of swimming. It's not like, you remember the Plato's Playhouse that they added to Modern Warfare 2, which was essentially an island surrounded by water that you could swim around. You can swim around Rebirth Island, theoretically, but it's not a lot of space to swim. As you can see on the mini-map, you would die if you go too far in the water there, so it's not a lot of swimming there, even though it is an island. It will be interesting to see how the dynamic map changes affect gameplay. They are adjusting the time of day as well as the weather slightly. It's not necessarily going to be nighttime or rain, but there will be a little bit of fog, kind of like Vandal, as well as the time of day is just going to change from maybe evening to just bright middle of the day, as well as the dynamic map changes. They're going to be happening to, I know for a fact, to the prison and the tower, where those can both be destroyed and just kind of change up the map, give it a little bit of a breath of fresh air, which is always nice. Now, one thing I could see them doing or potentially fucking up with them adding Rebirth Island is the playlist updates. I don't want them to make the playlist kind of restrictive in terms of what we can and can't play. There's enough maps now in Warzone that we can do a monthly or weekly rotation where it's just not irritating to go on and log on and not be able to play trios on the map that you want to be able to play on. I feel like they can do a better job of that. Now that Rebirth is here, people are going to want it and they're going to cry for it, but I don't want to forget Fortune's Keep too, because that was a pleasant update as well. I'm kind of done with the Sheik Island and Vandal for the most part. They can phase those out or maybe occasionally rotate those in, but I don't want to see them mess up the playlist where you log on and you're like, ah, damn, I can't play quads with, you know, on Rebirth Island with my friends because it's only trios, or it's only quads fucking Fortune's Keep. So I would really like them to make sure that the playlist is to the community's liking. That being said, I have to applaud Sledgehammer Games for this update. I mean, the amount of content that we're getting for Season 3 here is absolutely incredible, especially when you compare it to last year, and I keep saying that for every seasonal update for this game. I keep saying it and comparing it to last year's game, and it's like, wow, Modern Warfare 3 is getting so much content across multiplayer and Warzone. Now, you know, zombies is a completely another conversation, which I will get into, but if you look forward to, you know, multiplayer in Warzone, this year it's been absolutely incredible. Now, I do know that they're a little bit worried about the sales for this game. They said they were a little bit lower, so they're probably trying to draw more people in with the post release content and get more people to buy the game. But hey, I got to give it up to them. They're doing a good job, and you look at last year's Modern Warfare 2, we didn't get anywhere near this much content. And I played both of the new multiplayer maps, and I like them both for different reasons. It seems like they were both catered to the new weapons that they've added. The first map is called 6-Star, and you're basically on like a 6-star resort, and it is beautiful. I mean, it looks like you're on vacation. There's an infinity pool. There's bars everywhere. The security area. It's just a beautiful map, and it's really fun to play on. I feel like it caters really well to the new SMG that's added into it. It's a lot of close quarters combat there. And then the other map that they added is called Emergency, and that's another map that I like. Aesthetically, it's not super pleasing. It's a little bit depressing. You're on like almost like a firehouse setting or something like that. And It's more of a sniper map. It's definitely a little bit more open lines of sight, which definitely caters more to the new, more sniper rifle that they added. Both the new weapons that they've added, I like. I'm enjoying them. I'm using them in Warzone a little bit periodically here and there. This submachine gun got a lot of mobility, fast fire rate, not the largest clip or magazine size. The sniper rifle is pretty much true to what it was in Advanced Warfare. There is an interesting barrel that it has where you can kind of charge it up and release a shot that gives it a little bit more of a more bullet velocity and more damage. I kind of turned that off when I was playing it, trying to level it up in multiplayer, because I was just not getting enough weapon XP, and it was just too difficult to kind of just use that barrel and kind of snipe people, because you kind of find where they're at, then you got to charge it up, and then you got to release it and actually be accurate to hit the shot. And if you miss the shot, oh man, it's brutal. You're just gonna get completely killed. But it is, an interesting sniper. They also added an aftermarket part for the Bruin, which I am using in Warzone. It's a little bit better in multiplayer than Warzone, usually because of the bullet velocity and the range issues that it has. But it is a fun aftermarket part. It just kind of enhances the 60-round magazine that you would typically already run on the Bruin. And it also gives you a integrated suppressor, which is also nice. But for every amount of praise that I give them, I do have to gripe on them for the cheater aspect. I played several games across Warzone and multiplayer with my friends last night after the update, and I want to say 99% of the games that we had a cheater in them, and almost every game that it was clearly obvious that there wasn't a cheater in, we won. The games that there was a cheater in, it was just incredibly frustrating. We had one game on Quarry where we were up, I want to say like 5-1, and I think we ended up losing, and it was clear that someone turned on their hacks. There was like 2 guys on the team that we could no longer kill, we could no longer find out where they were, and they always seemed to know where we were. And that's another problem. Every time they add a new seasonal update, everybody kind of goes on, all the cheaters kind of get on and get their hacks on to make sure that they can even work. And it's a problem. They got to do something about it. It's making the game unplayable, really is. There was also 2 other weapons that were added into Season 3. Well, one is in the wings. It has not been added yet, but they did add a new melee weapon, and I really don't know what else to really describe it other than it's kind of like a butt plug. It's a lot like the Karambit in terms of mobility and in terms of speed of melee. It's very similar. It's kind of redundant. I don't know why they added it in, but it is there. And they are going to add the Bal 27 from Advanced Warfare, another Advanced Warfare weapon. That is a mid-season weapon, so that's going to probably break the game when they add it. It's probably going to wreck everybody at all ranges, close range, long range. It was incredibly overpowered. If you played Advanced Warfare, you remember the Obsidian Steed variant of the Bal 27, and that thing went incredibly hard. It was so hard to stop anybody that had that variant. I was lucky enough to get that variant on my account back in the day, but the way that I think it was supply drops that worked in Advanced Warfare, it was pretty much a flip of a coin whether or not you got the better blueprint in that game, and a lot of people really wanted the Obsidian Steed. There were a lot of people that were throwing a lot of money towards the supply drops back in the day for that. So be prepared for the Bal 27. That's probably going to be game breaking. You're going to see everybody running that in Warzone and of course multiplayer. But those are the weapons that they added, and I gotta give them again props. I love them bringing back old weapons from games that we played previously and kind of giving them a spin in the new games. Gotta give them up. I like the new weapons. And I did want to add this out there, especially since it was so late to the Season 3 weapons and what was being added. Data miners seem to have found the Car 98 and the Spaz 12 in the game files, and that they are set to return to Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone, which is huge news. I'm pretty sure everybody expected them to bring the Car 98 back. That's going to be huge, especially for Rebirth Island. I remember using that sniper extensively on this map. I would also like them to bring the Swiss back, the Swiss 98 from Cold War. But that's a Cold War weapon, so maybe we'll get that in Gulf War next year when Treyarch is back at the reins. But as of now, we have some rumors on next season's weapons, which is always nice. And we have to get into zombies. Man, zombies is just getting shafted every season. I think we are getting some in-seasonal content, but as of now, I believe Treyarch is no longer working on Modern Warfare 3 zombies. The only 2 confirmed changes coming to Modern Warfare 3 zombies, and again, this is coming at a later date, is that they're planning on doubling the stash and the exfil schematic cooldowns. I guess if you exfil successfully, they're going to allow you to increase the cooldown on your schematics, which is desperately needed, especially since some of these schematics take 2 days to cool down. I haven't really played a lot of zombies. I've only really played zombies when a new weapon is added. I'll go in, I'll use up all my schematics, and then I'll kind of do what I do, and then I kind of get off. I might play 2 games, and once all my schematics are gone, it's kind of it. So it would be nice to have that option to, you know, continue to have successful exfils to cool down some of your schematics to keep you kind of playing, keep the grind going. But it's not enough content. I continue to grind and grip about this every season. Every time they update the game, this is just not enough. And I understand that Treyarch is bound with the next game for this year that's going to be Gulf War, Black Ops Gulf War, and I know that their hands are tied with that, and they're going to be doing zombies for that mode, or that game. But it's really sad. I really had high expectations for this game mode before it came out. But folks, that is the video. Please enjoy the clip at the end on the new maps using the 2 new weapons. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am still streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday on Twitch starting at 12 p.m. And I will be back with another video next week. Peace.
I didn't steal shit.
That one was mine right there. That guy was shooting at you. I was shooting at you.